Hi guys. Sorry, I was supposed to have the trading room with you now, but unfortunately I have to hop on another call, so Ruben will take it. I'm not sure if he can connect and then take control, or if I have to close and then he'll reopen it. So let me see, and I'll update you. Okay, so just a couple of minutes and we'll start. Ruben will take it. Sorry.
Okay, guys. Hi, everyone. Ruben from The5ers today for the trading room. Let me know if you hear me well. Test microphone as usual. Hi, John. Loud and clear. Okay, perfect. I believe that you see me well also, so that's nice, and you're fine. Perfect. So we made a small change at the end of this trading room. Yaniv has to make it. Actually, he had to do some stuff regarding the technology on the freestyle program. So, I had to switch him for today. Again, as usual, Monday we will go over the market. Actually, like the scenario on indices and on capital markets and all what's happened during last week regarding the war between Russia and Ukraine, like the market seems like to recover a bit. We'll talk about it today. But again, for people that I believe that all of you guys already know the new launch about the freestyle. It's required a lot of work from our side, and we are happy to deliver this actually yesterday. Let me check the indices for today. The market didn't open, but there is the future that is moving, so we can check a little bit what is the movement and what is the market sentiment. Even the market didn't open yet. So let's go. I will do this one now. Okay, this is very interesting actually on the S&P. I believe it might be the same on on the Nasdaq and on the Dow Jones as well. There are some interesting things. Okay, I will share the screen. One moment. Okay, you should be able to see the screen now. So here we are in the S&P. We made a great push last week from 4,150 up to the 400, 500 levels. Okay, close from here. It's a big push. Again, we didn't make a new high. I believe we are still in the middle of the range. So guys, try to be careful. Even we break this long downtrend that we have until there, we actually break this, but you should be focus on this area here. Okay, so this is a fresh supply. This is also was a very strong zone that you see the market make a lot of bounce to this level, and actually respect to the supply. So the next zone on the indices and also on the S&P will be approximately to 1,550 at this zone. Okay, this is the supply level. We have also a short supply. You see this, but this is the middle of the supply. Myself, I don't like to play in the middle of the range. I like to go for the extreme zone. So for me, the extreme will be if we reach again, you see this zone. Okay, this is exactly the extreme demand, and we have the extreme supply just here. Actually, we are closer from the supply. So if I want to open a sell according to the macro environment and the position that we want to implement in our portfolio, I would be waiting for this supply zone. Okay, this will be the zone I would be looking for. Today, you see opening very quiet. Okay, very silent. Let's move to the H4 chart to see. 18th of March, and we have the 21. Okay, so we see the market is actually here very flat today on the futures, but you see big push. It's actually also break this area. Okay, this was a good area on the H4 that actually you see make a test, break it above, and it looks like the market will kind of continue. So this is for indices. Getting the dollar index, it's probably the same. You will see when the capital market is moving up on the upside. Generally, we will go to a dollar that will be depreciate in terms of value, as the dollar is not as a safe asset, as a safe currency. I should expect to see a short retracement on the dollar index. Let's check that together. Dollar index. Okay. This is the H4. Okay. This is the H4. And that's what we see. You see all these downs, all the downtrend was during the when the S&P moved up. Our S&P coming to fibers, can't tell actually the answer, but we are working on added indices. We don't have any date yet, but we are every day talking about adding indices here at the office, and we'll probably doing this in the near future. I promise that you will have indices in the fibers. Don't have an exact date, but you will get updated when we will release indices. But again, generally on Monday, we like to talk about capital markets because it gives us also nice opportunity on the Forex market, also on gold and silver. So that's why I cover before indices and capital market, because there is definitely a correlation into the Forex market. Okay, so in the dollar index, we had this supply area here. We have this demand area here. Maybe not the big one, but Okay, so this is also an area. Actually, we're in the middle again. If we expect the capital markets to still going higher and higher, we will see a dollar touching again the demand. And if we see that the war in Ukraine is like being okay, we want peace and everything is going better, you will see the dollar again to depreciate. We have actually a good double top. We have also a double bottom here, for example. Actually, the market is in a range on the H4. So be ready for any movement or to the upside to that zone or to the downside, and put it next to you also the Nasdaq or the S&P to have an insight of what's happening on all the overall markets. So this is the advice I can give you on the dollar index. Actually, very flat for today. You see not much movement. We have a very quiet Monday. Generally, we like last week, this was a very volatile week. You see all these ups and downs. That is a huge movement. Beginning of this week is very quiet. Okay, so I believe we can find maybe some opportunity to trade during that range. If I go to the even to the 50 minutes, I believe we can find some setup, for example. Yeah, we have this supply that actually respect. This is the middle supply. We will have the extreme supply above here. And we have that zone. Okay, this is actually the 50-minute chart when we see that also the market is starting to consolidate. Actually, the market is pushing down, so I believe that also we can see a movement in the euro dollar. So we will move this. We will move to the euro dollar as well. Yeah, very interesting H1 as well. This is the main area here on the dollar index. I will try to move to the euro dollar. Let me check. Guys, meanwhile, if you have some question regarding the overall market, regarding the overall sentiment, I don't know if also any different question, please ask on the chat. I like to interact. Sometimes there are some good people that ask very interesting questions. So feel free to ask, and I will answer if I have the answer, because sometimes I'm a human. I cannot answer everything. I have some. Okay. Okay, so this is the euro dollar. We see clearly on the H1 that it's starting to create an uptrend. Okay, very clear. We have multiple uptrend line here. Okay, when you see the market is all the time making a new high or low. Okay, so you see that we already begin a new trend that we're making a new high. Okay, like for example, actually we didn't get, yeah, this is actually a new high. Okay, not a big new high, but we reach this high and we reach this high. Okay, and you see what is important here is that the low is all the time higher. So as if I want to position myself into the euro dollar again, I will probably make a buy and not checking for a sell. As again, I believe that in the capital markets everything is going a bit clear, and we probably touched the bottom actually on the euro dollar. This is my I don't know if you see me. Yeah, you see me. Okay. I believe that we touch the bottom here. We might make another retest. Okay. I don't know, a deeper retracement. But again, I still believe that we probably touched the bottom. on the short term, but probably on the long term. A lot of people are looking also for the best price, that is 1.07 to make a buy. Actually, the first buy that you see is it was during this candle on the daily. You see this big drop, and then already some banks and institutions start to position themselves. You see, even on the daily chart, you see that it's a downtrend. If I go to lower time frame like H4, you see, okay, maybe here that we touched the bottom, maybe. And a lot of traders will look like, okay, I will wait that the downtrend is done to make a buy only when the price crossed this. Personally, for people that already like and watch some of my trading room, I want all the time to enter in the market when you cannot expect that already the market change his mind. I want to expect that the market is changing his mind, and that's why I will probably enter here, even it's a big downtrend on the daily, because according to my fundamental view, the euro dollar can increase. And if I want to position myself for a longer term, I will still make a buy here and still make a buy here. I don't see myself the euro dollar coming to let's say the parity. I don't know if you guys have different ideas on the euro dollar that it can be 1-to-1. Let me know. But according to what I see in the market, it feels that we probably starting a new era on the end of this big drop. But it's up to you. Can someone convert a bootcamp account to a freestyle? No, you cannot actually convert a bootcamp to a freestyle. If you want to trade the bootcamp and the freestyle, you can do both at the same time. What are your thoughts on gold? Okay, let's move to gold because it will, bring a new HUD to what we say until now regarding the market. Okay, the market topped here exactly at the highest point. We didn't make a new high, and then the market went down. That's approximately, not approximately, but when the market went down all that way, this was the beginning of the new retracement on the capital markets. When I see here that the gold starting to went down, it exactly work well with. I will show you. Okay. When you see all of this on the S&P, okay, again it's everything is correlated between risk on and risk off. When you see that the capital market went up from this zone to this zone, then you see that gold went down to this zone okay. We switch in the short term from a risk off environment to a risk on environment, okay. Gold is known as a safe asset. When we sell gold, we expect that the Europe probably environment will be safer, that everything is like a good life and there is no problem, okay. It looks like a big head and shoulders actually. You have these shoulders, you have the second shoulders here, you have the head, you have the neckline approximately here. We didn't break it, but I expect the price to reach again this zone at the beginning of the demand. Still, it's like a big range area on the H4, so you should be ready for again a lot of movement. But I would be thinking for making a buy at that zone. I still believe that gold is an asset that it's a good investment for the long term. even there is new type of investment like cryptocurrency that can be a safe and an edge against inflation. It's too early to say that, but gold is still known as the safe asset. That is a hedge against inflation, and I will be looking for a buy if we reach a lower price, because actually here we are a bit high. Probably 1,900 might be a great area to think about something here. Yeah, I would be looking for that zone, especially. Again, my risk reward will be very high. I will put the stop loss just below that low probably, and I will let the trades run until the new high, or until this big supply here. That will be the zone I would be looking for. Again, I'm looking for the zone, but before I taking the trade, I want to see that I have another confirmation, like stochastics here. I want to see an oversold area on stochastics. I want to see that there is high volatility to make a buy at the good entry point. Even I have an area here, it should be confirmed by any indicators that I have put myself, and it should be the same for you. You won't make a buy blindly here. You want to find if you have another indicators that give you the signals to open a buy position at that zone. Barry, whenever I open a hedge, it closes the position on the same pair. That's correct. If you make a buy on the euro dollar of one lot, and then you decide to sell one lot, it will close your position. Okay, netting, it's all the time. You will only have one position on your dollar and not one, and not multiple, sorry. But Alex made a nice video talking about netting. I invite you to look it, to watch it on YouTube, actually. Talking about the dollar CAD and what we saw as well on oil. The market respects well this area. If I remember, I was saying right here, when I see that the price went up above my Bollinger Bands, giving me an indication that we are in a high volatility movement. We are also in a supply zone here. You see, this was the first supply that actually respect. But again, we might be looking for making a buy here. Might not be bad actually on the M15. Okay. I didn't explain what I did, but I just took a small buy position on the dollar CAD. I believe that it's still the London session. I don't expecting a breakout, but if we expect a breakout, if there is a breakout, I will be closing my position here at the stop loss. I expect that there is a huge support zone on the daily chart that actually respecting, even we are on a big downtrend. It can be the beginning. Actually, you see, you have this golden trend, and then the market will start to consolidate. Let's say on that zone, we start actually the consolidation. I like to identify the different type of market structure. Here we see the big downtrend. Okay, then the market start to consolidate, and then we will start another movement. If we start another movement on the upside, I will be buying at the best price actually. Again, this is on the M30. On the H4, it gives us something a little bit different. Okay, a bit different because we have a demand just below here that we didn't touch yet. So this is still a risky trade, but I will be monitor this The risk reward is going to be huge here. Again, it can touch my stop loss, attract some buyers here, and make all the way up. Again, this is a risky trade. Don't take this as an educational purposes. And if you want to take the same trades, do it according to your decision, your risk management. And still, this is my own point of view again. So we have this median demand area. This is in the middle, and we have the extreme zone just here. Okay, so here we play on the middle of the area. I probably expect on the dollar card that we will still continue to make big bounce and big retracement. So we will be monitoring this in the following week. All right. Okay. Aussie Yen. Yeah, Aussie Yen is complicated because the yen is still getting a lot. All appears to be turning it on the M5. I would be looking at all after, because I was a commodity trader and I still looking every day for price of commodity, especially recently, as we see a big boom in the commodity sectors. So I would probably look at the WTI oil just after John. But let me answer to the Aussie Yen just before. I believe that we could respect to this area on the weekly chart. Actually, we break it very highly, but it seems we go again. We go again to an area that also can be a great resistance level. This is exactly here. Okay, so you see the price. This is here for me a psychological area, the 88, between 88 and 89. Let's say 90. I will say 90. 90 is a big psychological area on the Aussie Yen. You see on the 2010, 2011, multiple bands. Then we break it, and then we respect this level. Again, we break out, make multiple resistance, and again, we touch this resistance here. So we should be looking for a lot of pin bar on the monthly chart to this area. Again, I would prefer to wait for, you see, I will give you the example on the 15 minutes on the dollar CAD, but you should also apply the market structure on the monthly, for example. Okay, so you see here, huge downtrend, and then we start this type of market structure. This is what I want to like on the Aussie Yen. I want to like during the following days, the following weeks, a consolidation, the market structure that will tell me, okay, maybe here, this is a great area to make something. And if I see that the market structure is going to create and going to stop, I would probably think to make a sell, because the market sentiment is changing. So that's what I will do. Actually, on the weekly, it's too early for me to decide anything, even we reach to an important area. So I will be also focusing on what the price is going to do here. But again, I want to see a lot of consolidation. Like here, you see, even I can give you another example. Even here on the weekly, you see on the weekly here, for example, we have a big uptrend, and then we have this zone, market structure, consolidation, market sentiment is changing, and then the price moved down like 500 pips from here, 500 pips. So even if it don't give you any entry point, you will try to understand better the market after analyzing this type of market structure. And also on the M5, you see that the price is making higher high. Okay, so it gives me, okay, volatility is increasing. I could probably get in here. Maybe reaching to that area as well might be a good exit. Again, I will put the take profit very high. I'm not sure how many risk reward there is on that trade, but there is a high chance that I probably close partial before we hit here. We have a huge area here on the M30 as well. Okay, let's look. Let's also try. Yeah, this is interesting to see. I'm actually looking at the oil, and as you know, guys, oil is negatively correlated to the dollar CAD. So that means if oil is going up, we might see a down movement in the dollar CAD and the opposite. Actually, we see that also I will, you know what, I will show you actually the chart of oil. Okay, so this is oil in the H1. If I put the M15, you will see also here the market structure. Okay, you see we have this market structure. That's actually what we see here on the dollar CAD. Okay, if I convert my trade I have on the oil, it's like I put a sell here. Again, this is not exactly the same, but when we have a huge movement on oil, it will probably affect what we see on the dollar CAD. But I should be ready for this area. Like I told you, I probably might selling my position I have on the dollar CAD probably here. That is here a strong zone on the 15 minutes. But yeah, if I go to the H4, a lot of interesting movement. I still believe that we can look a new high on oil. I know that there is a lot of government that that said it also affects a lot of customers that use cars because we need fuel for cars. And some governments already took some sanctions towards Russia, according to the oil. It also affects not only government, but also customer that use cars to go works and to make any kind of stuff. That is the only point that told me, okay, maybe we won't reach a new high on oil. But what will define the price will be the supply disruption that we have in Europe actually on oil. And we have this area here. That is a strong area. We see the $108 is a strong area. Actually bounce multiple times here, break down below, and actually we kind of starting to make a retracement to that zone again. The fresh supply is here. Okay, this is the fresh supply. To the next zone. Actually, we make two pin bars, so we might already be checking this supply if it's a relevant one. But yeah, here this was an amazing entry. I remember talking to Michael that here might be a nice entry to go. It is exactly at the gap. Okay, you see on the left side of the screen here, a gap from 91 to 96. Then the price moved up, again, make another gap. And here, starting to consolidate exactly the market structure I want to look for my strategy personally. I go to H4, I see this kind of consolidation. I say, okay, momentum can be switched, might be an opening position. You make a buy at the bottom of the range and you wait for the push. That was a classic trades that we might take here. Okay. Let me look. I probably have the price of all a bit of delay. So that's why I believe if we see this is still a short movement on dollar CAD, but if we see this short movement on dollar CAD, we probably see the oil getting a bit higher. It's actually the opening of oil actually. 330 is the opening. Let's say my time. So you might see some movement here. Again, this is a high risky trade, stop loss very tight. So again, I would be looking this. Let's go for the pound CAD. Or that, okay, I like to see also this type of area here. Even we go below this. This is very interesting. Looks like a very safe market on the weekly chart. Not much long, a lot of movement, and we are exactly here at the bottom of the demand. That might be a huge swing position. Personally, I wouldn't make a sell here. Definitely, even it's on the M5, even it's on the M30, even it's on the H1 chart. I will wait. I won't make a sell at all. If I do something, I would only make a buy. That's the only thing that what I see here. And yet we start to see a little bit the market consolidation that I talked to you. Market structure. It can be this. It can be higher. But I believe that here we might see the price already reacted to this on multiple times. 165, 545 is here a nice area personally. Yeah, so if you're long Scarlet, you're probably on the good side. I would probably do the same. And if you from the bottom of the range, that's again that's the best thing what you do that you can do. Sorry, and the stop loss should be tight. The risk reward will be how is some here if we go long all the way. So yeah, that's a completely good good area for me as well to make something. And again, if the price start to break this area, the next zone will be here. So that's why you want to cut your losses very fast. If you're already in from the bottom of the range, you can try maybe to put the stop loss to break even, depends when in your entry, or to put your stop loss very close of the low. Then you will cut your losses very fast. And if you see that the price come back, let's say to this area, that is also a strong one, that till July 2019, we didn't test actually this area. Might be here a good thing to do as well. We might see her a bit pushing up today if we see that the dollar CAD is going down. Yeah, this is nice as well. Look. Very nice market structure as well here. We are still in the supply zone on this one, but we already tested here. And looks like you see on the H4, the overall trend is up. We make like an inverted head and shoulders. This is very clear for me. You see, we had here the shoulders also on the market structure here that we have. We have the head. We have the second shoulders here. So that's why I wouldn't make a sell here. Even I see interesting supply zone. It looks like my position don't go on well. Yeah, it's actually closed. Also, we see on the pound CAD eating. So we actually break it below sharply. I probably believe that oil is actually pushing up on the beginning of the session. I would be looking for the following week to this area. This is a very strong area here on the daily. That's probably the main area I will look for the following week. Yeah, I will not make a buy anymore on the dollar CAD, at least on this area as we break the market structure. So you see, why not making a sell as well? You know, the market make already start a breakout here. Still, we are very close to that zone, but we may push further below, come back again to that zone to make a breakout and retest. Okay, so this zone like has been completely erased here, but it also might be a fake out. Anyway, I wouldn't make a buy again here. I would probably wait for the daily chart, especially here. On the pound CAD, probably the pound is a bit more strong, so that's why you see that the pound CAD didn't break out like that. You see the pound CAD is still on the uptrend. So that's why you see probably the pound CAD still pushing up. Okay. Maybe we can see what's happening on gold. Yeah, you see not much movement in gold. It's like very quiet. We have this area that we still touching again and again. Yeah, it's complicated. Dollar, and I think I already got I already say my advice here. Okay, maybe you have guys some maybe another pair that you want to talk about. Maybe dollar yen that is still continuing rising. Yeah, you see dollar yen is on a big uptrend from beginning of 2021. This is for sure the next how we have to look here. It's like the market already overextended the momentum. So I might be looking for that zone on the monthly. We are not so far, but there is still some pips to go. Okay, maybe I want to check the VIX. VIX. Okay, this is interesting as well. Daily chart on the VIX. Okay, you see it topped around 38 3 times, that's where you see actually the S&P touching the bottom at those 3 zones, and then the VIX is starting to crash down, probably gonna hit the 20 level or the 16 level. That is actually the indicator first to say, okay, actually we finish. There is no fear anymore, and the market can still continue rising along the time. But yeah, you see here that the market react well to this 40 level. This is why I probably think that the euro dollar can still going up, that the dollar is probably starting to depreciate during the following week and following month, maybe. But still, everything will be clear when we will know if there is like a coordination between Russia and Ukraine that will put the market on a safer environment. Even we already see that the safer environment already began. That's it. It looks like we want to push up. So yeah, we actually starting to push up on the indices as well. Okay, guys. I will stop to share here. If you have any question, meanwhile, feel free to ask. I know that maybe some people are having some question regarding the freestyle that we released yesterday. I maybe can take the last 5 minutes to, answer some concerns or some questions talking about the freestyle. I'm talking about the market as well. So feel free to ask during the 5 last minutes any question you may have. Important to interact together. Thank you for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you, Felicity. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. In any case, in Thursday with Alex, we're going to make also a webinar, a huge webinar talking about the freestyle, answering some questions that you guys asked, and we will make a summary of all the freestyle. I will also make a personal presentation in order to give you the tips to pass the freestyle, because actually there is no rules on the evaluation, and for people that don't have a strong trading plan, you can be lost at the beginning. So I will be like focusing on explaining you and giving you my advice in order to pass actually the freestyle. That's going to be one of the subjects on Thursday, and of course talking about the all the factors, all the rules that we have together. So if you have some questions in mind, be ready for Thursday. We will be answering all the questions that you may have. Or to calculate total profit, max relative drawdown with sample, please. Okay, I will give you a short example right now. If at the end of the 100 position, you made 6% in profit, and the maximum relative drawdown that you had in the account was 3%, you have to take the total profit, that is 6% divided by 3, you get 2, and you will actually pass with a performance factor of 2. Also, if you finish the freestyle with 2% profit and you have only 1% relative drawdown, it will be 2 divided by 1, you will get 2 and you will pass. Okay, that's exactly all you have to calculate. So we take the maximum relative drawdown that you add into the account, and we take the total profit at the end. That's how we calculate the performance factor. And again, we will give new example on Thursday, but this is very easy to understand. There is 2 main factors, nothing else. I know that it's new, so people can struggling to understand, but when we will talking again and explaining all the time what are those 2 factors, you will understand well, and you will understand that it's very, let's say, most easier plan to pass, not like other programs when you can have a drawdown, a target, and you have to play during this range. you trade as you are and you come to trade the freestyle. That's actually the main essence of the program. All right, guys, I will finish here the live. So thank you for being with me today on the weekly forecast on the market. Probably tomorrow, Yaniv or Saul will make the live trading room. Myself, I will see you on Thursday with Alex. So thank you very much for being with me. I wish you a nice week. Be careful on the market, respect your risk management, and we stay in touch, guys. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye, John. Bye, Scarlett. Bye, everyone. Bye, Hassan.